star of our show.
Peace to everyone. Hope everybody alright. Can you dig it? I don't really upload on Saturdays. I use that time for me to Jordan shop and things like that. I've been bored seeing shit recently, and I got it already. You dig? Rest of you, hit the unlike button. You already know what it is. Straight like that. We ain't changing nothing for near where. You do what you do. I do what I do. You dig? Now, here's the topic of discussion lately. Is this ruining battle rap? Is that ruining battle rap? Whether it was blamed on the trenches, spaces, all kind of stuff. You dig? There's a lot of things that's beneficial to rap. And there's a couple of things that's doing rap, battle rap, whatever dirty. Because rap, battle rap, it coincides with the same science when you think about the beginning of actual rap on what we know as rap today. You dig? And that's going back to Busy B and Kumo D shutting it down. You dig? So playing the dozens was always in effect. I put this shirt on for a reason because it still represents what we was doing in the street. Well, I was a fan of watching what was being done in the street. I was not part of it. And when I started, it was all writtens, not freestyle. Is freestyle better than writtens? We'll have that discussion also. You dig? And a lot of people might not like my answer. Well, why don't y'all understand experience? You dig? In my point of view, for a person that's done both. All right? Spaces. We'll talk about that first. You dig? Ruining battle rap. For me, absolutely not. What Spaces does in battle rap is show, especially for the battle rapper themselves, you end up hearing the real them. See, when you start hearing all that with the facade of the bars, and now you got this delusion that this person is living this life, living that life. And most of us know what it really is, you dig? But we were entertained by that facade, you dig? So, therefore, that's what make room for this, I call it fantasy believability, you dig? Word. Because if 100% of us just about was doing what we say we was doing, you dig? If it wasn't already done, you're not doing it. Word. And then there's two different eras. The no camera era and the camera era. Snitching was going on then and now. So this is not a discussion about that. It's just a couple of things that people believe, because that right there is just going to help the battle leagues. Oh, yeah, let me get that. Why? Because they know the other person going to have something to talk about. Which going to bring what? Interest. That's what it's all about. Interest. So Spaces. It's not ruining it. It's just getting people to know what other people think that's outside, which in turn can keep you sharp. You dig? Whether it's the Spaces or the bloggers that's discussing it, because then they go there next. They say, it's the bloggers who's hating on the battle rappers and all that stuff, always having something negative to say about this battle rapper, that battle rapper, that battle rapper. Are we the ones ruining battle rap? See how that pattern can go? Because everybody want to point the fucking finger and say, that's the fucking bad guy. That's how that works. So be careful who you point the finger at. Because while 3 is at you, or 1 at you, 3 pointed back at yourself. Yeah, I had that in a rhyme years ago. Yeah. But that comes from my father. All right? Some say the world ended already. Point a finger, 3 back at you. You know, I was wrong, but I said both quotes petty. But it's really a fact. You dig? Scared of tomorrow, kill yourself today. No blood lost on my Mary J. All I could say, something like that. You dig? It's way back written. You dig? That's Winning Team. Doggy Diamonds produced it. Yeah, check it out. It's on YouTube. Huh? Spaces. It's not ruining battle rap. What it does is bring out the person on what they really is instead of what you claim they say they is. I'll give you an example. 1, when they go up on there and start talking, right? What happens? They get approached. The ones who ain't scared to ask them questions. That maybe some of these guys, that's the main outside the battle events interviewing these guys. They're scared to ask them the questions because they're still too busy bigging them up as an artist, as an MC. Uncle right here throwing a little one-liner. That's about it. And they respect him as the OG. Knowing that he throwing the sub. You dig? Spaces has them persons because they on the phone. They could be cell gangsters or whatever you want to call them. You dig? But they ain't scared to approach that person with that question while that person like, and open their mouth. See, that's the part. Well, they got it twisted. It's damn near like a Vlad interview. Huh? And it's the Vlad effect. Huh? That's all Spaces is. You start asking you a criminal. You like Aver asks him. Like, yo, who was that? You know, ain't none of your fucking business who that was. Is it part of your crew? You know who she with? And y'all know what I'm talking about. So it's enough of that. You dig? Now, next part. Ghost. Ghostwriting. You find out Show Out was ghosting for Hitman Holler the entire time. You know what you gonna do? Nothing. Because you got too much love for what bruh Hitman Holler brought to the table. Period. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on where I hear other battle rappers getting approached about such and such being his or her ghost. You dig? But it seemed like they nitpicking on whoever you think you could go at that ain't gonna do something to you about what you saying out your mouth. So now we got these emotions that's going on in the spaces, in the conversation about somebody ghosting for you and all that. You dig? And that's no bueno. You dig? But as MC, in anything we do, whether it's balling or boxing, we that passionate about it. And that's a fact. Hit the unlike button. Now, like I said, for me, ghostwriting ain't gonna change how y'all feel about him. But for me, there's certain people, it changes that. Because as an MC, they're doing the songwriting and all that for years. I don't want no bar from no nigga. No proof. My ears is covered. I don't want to hear none of it. Word. Say it's trash, but you're not going to be ghosting not one bar on my shit the way I got to go through all that. Now, some of you might need that. You need that? You need a little ghost and proofreading on the verse and all that stuff? Holla. I got you. And will never show your verse to near another nigga. You dig? But that's some people that feel they need that. Not everybody admit that they need that. You dig? Because of the ego of, you all right, Mo? Till somebody end up putting you on blast when y'all fall out. You're always ghosting for that nigga the whole time. And that's the number one reason why you don't let nobody throw in no one-liner in your shit. Let it be trash and improve it for the next one. Early. Which leads to this final thought. Or maybe the only thing that can ruin battle rap. And there was a comment in the Battle Truth page. Shout out to Battle Truth. You dig? I respect those that believe in a higher power and also change. You dig? Now, the comment in the Battle Truth section was the fact everybody sounding alike. I'm like, yup. That could just about do it. Remember with the New Jersey Shine era and all that? That was the start. Gunbar King, Gunline King. That was the start. So now that everything's going on with Eunice and these other brothers, there's some people that's coming with their original style, even to that brother clone. As much as y'all and me could not like whatever's going on dealing with this other stuff, that's his personal business. We talking about originality in your form like how Twerk had his originality. But it's being copied and pasted all over. You dig? Even though, what you call him in the X, Castro. You know what I'm talking about? Big Dog and all that. To where he had to go and develop it the way, all right, this, I'm becoming me. You dig? And for most MCs, that's gonna happen. You dig? You just don't want it to where it be noticed. Can you double dig? So that's the main thing for me. That's ruining battle rap. Number one thing, too many Junes up in this motherfucker. Straight up. Everybody want to sound like everybody else instead of just doing what it do to be yourself. That's a fact. Spaces is not doing it. Even the ghosts ain't doing it, because even with some of y'all being up under their nutsack, you're going to keep staying under their deodorant early, because that's what you do for the fan. You know what I'm talking about? That some people was fanned out. Word. Can't wait to see a person. You know what I'm talking about? These so-called people in person. You dig? Let me tell y'all something else too. A lot of that stuff with tellies and all that, taking that out of your account. You know how many fans that's out here and got space and let y'all spend the night, 1 night, 2 nights at their crib just to know that that person was at their house and they got to meet that person in person. I'm giving y'all some MLK game on how he was able to travel all up and down the eastern seaboard. And probably should have been at one of their houses instead of the Lorraine Motel. Hit the unlike button. Other than that, how y'all doing? I want you to have everything you want out of life. Today's the day to do everything you say. And I hope everything in life goes your way. You work hard for the day to enjoy your night. So appreciate the moments for the rest of your life.